Good morning. I'm Bonnie Moran, welcoming you to St. George Church this morning. For all of you watching remotely, we're thinking about you, praying for you, for your safety, for your endurance. This morning I have Sarah Kelly with me. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning, Bonnie.
Sarah Kelly, for those of you who may not know, is our in charge for the CCD. It's a big job, and we're starting to ramp it up here, I think.
Yep. We just put out our registration information. Obviously, this year has to be a little different. In order to comply with all the safety standards, we need to have less students at a time, because we plan on having a maximum of 6 kids in a room at a time. That gives us plenty of space to be able to have 6 feet social distancing.
Right.
So we have to think about all of that, which means we have to change the program around a little bit.
Yeah, that's pretty much half the class, right?
Right. So what we did was divide the year in half. So families will have the opportunity to choose, if families that are comfortable with their kids coming back in person now can choose to have their children attend in person during this first half of the year. So it would be from October, right after Columbus Day, October to mid-January. And then for the second half of the year, for that group of children, they would have monthly Zoom meetings where there'd be like an assignment that the family would work on throughout the month. And then we'll have a flip-flop. So families that maybe aren't quite ready to have their children attend in person yet, or it just works better for their family schedule, they would start the year with 4 Zoom lessons monthly, and then they would start attending in February through April. So that's for grades 1 through 5.
Right.
The older grades are going to be similar, but they're Sunday nights, and again, they can choose to come in person the first session with online lessons the second, or their online lessons the first session and in person the second.
Okay. All right. So it sounds a little complicated, but
Right.
it all falls together well.
Yes.
Once you choose which session you want to be in, then you can concentrate on the dates.
Right,
If they're
right.
in-house or remote.
Right.
And that will give a lot of children flexibility, because I understand sports may be starting up
Right. Some
in
sports.
February, with all things going as planned.
Right.
So it might give kids the flexibility to choose whether they want to do the early session or the later session. So
Right.
it sounds like you've got a lot covered there.
And this year, one thing that's been nice about the pandemic, if you can say anything that's been nice, is that it's forced us to look at things a little differently, and so we have online registration available this year.
Absolutely. Yeah,
So,
that's such a great idea.
yeah, it makes it a lot easier for families, and honestly, it makes it easier for us to keep track of all the information as well.
Great.
So it's on our website, and it's also been sent out to all families who have been in the program in the past. So look for that email if your children have been in the program before. And it's also available on the website, so if you have any friends who maybe have not been in the parish before and are new to joining the parish, please spread that information. Everything can be found on the parish website.
That's terrific. Awesome. Thank you so much, Kelly, for your time and your dedication to the children in this parish.
Oh, thank you.
I know you're well-loved, and if you need support, I know you're still looking for some volunteers.
Yes, we always need volunteers, and especially this year we'll need a few more people. Ideally, we'd like to have for every classroom an adult who's kind of like the hospitality person.
Sure.
This would be the person that would help make sure the kids use the hand sanitizer as they come in, make sure they all have their masks on, just kind of takes care of any kind of issues like that come up.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, in addition to people who would be teaching, and by the way, when you're teaching, I know that a lot of people are intimidated by the idea of teaching. We provide the curriculum, we provide the plans, we provide all the supplies. We do allow teachers to bring their own flexibility. We have a range of teachers in the past, some people who are actual teachers for their profession and people who have never been teachers before. So we provide you with everything you could possibly need and more, And we give you the flexibility if you're somebody who's comfortable with teaching and you want to add some of your own into it. As long as you're following the curriculum and the objectives of the lesson, you have some flexibility. But if you've never taught before and you're not as comfortable, we provide everything for you. So we really ask if it's not something you've done in the past, and just really prayerfully consider being able to give your time and your talent to the kids of our parish is just such an amazing gift for the kids of our parish.
Absolutely.
So we'd really love more volunteers, so think about it and pray about it, and we'd love to have you.
Sure, that's great. And even if you can't volunteer for a whole session, there are many things you can do to help.
Certainly, yeah.
And sometimes standing back and maybe being that assistant in the class, the next session you might be ready to step forward and lead that class.
That's an awesome point, yeah, to get to kind of see how it works. We've had people do that in the past, kind of watch how it works, and then when they're comfortable, and this is a great year to try that with the 2 sessions going on.
Yes, and the lower number of children.
Right.
You know, so lots of good points there. So even though it's a difficult time, we are certainly making the best of it here.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me this morning, Sarah. I appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And to all of you, those of you watching from afar, we're thinking about you, and thank you for joining us this morning.